Revolutionary and warm greetings. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well, guys. Okay, today we're going to be doing we're carrying on with the election series. Remember, in the past video, we dealt with the Economic Freedom Fighters Manifesto, especially on the land question. So, yeah, we're carrying on. Then, this week on this video, we're going to be dealing with the election manifesto of the Pan Africanist Congress of Azania, the PAC. The PAC of Professor Robert Sobuk. So we're going to be dealing with the manifesto of the PAC. And before we get to that, let me just thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you very much guys for supporting the channel, and thank you very much guys for subscribing. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. At the bottom of the video there's a subscribe option. Please do click on it, so each time I publish a video, then you get notified. We are able to engage around the content. Okay, all right guys, let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it then. I said going to be dealing specifically with the land question, right? The land question. So, and like I've said in the previous video, I'm only going to be doing those organizations that claim, or those truly concern themselves with the status of the African people. Those organizations that claim to be representing the African majority, right? So last week I dealt with the Economic Freedom Fighters, the AFF. So this week I'm doing the PAC, the Pan Africanist Congress of Azania. Alright guys, let's get to it guys, okay? Under the introduction of their manifesto, here's what the PAC says: our land, our heritage, our legacy. Right? And I think just before we go far on that one, many of you will know that the PAC, before the formation of the Economic Freedom Fighters in 2013, the PAC was the organization that was known, for advocating for the land question, for the return of the land into the hands of the natives. So we must understand why the slogan will say our land, our heritage, and our legacy. Right? Okay. They say that on the introduction that the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, in the period 2018 up to date, has fortuitously made thoroughgoing internal reforms in order to return to the source of its foundation. Many of you will know that PAC has gone through a lot of chaos in fightings that have really done not so good service to the PAC, that have really derailed the PAC, right? Okay. The process includes complying with the basic documents, namely the Constitution, the Disciplinary Code, the 1959 African Manifesto, and the speeches of Mangaliso Robert Sobuk. Unity of the PAC is uppermost in the process of helping the liberation movement to speak with one voice. Like I've already alluded that many of you will know that the PAC has gone through a lot of trouble and challenges, especially regarding the issues of unity. There's serious disunity and fighting within the PAC, right? In 2024, the national and provincial elections, we are contesting for the power and influence in the running of our country. We are aiming to restore the land to its original owners. The PAC is sticking to the concrete ideas of Sobukwe and AP Mda. They sponsored the 1949 Program of Action. These are outstanding and thought leaders whose legacy we are inheriting and pursuing until final victory. This 2024 manifesto is an outcome of collective work by the various leaders at national, provincial, regional, and branch levels. In the 2024 elections, we are making a statement: our land and our legacy, our territorial heritage as a people comes first. The African people are rising to reclaim the national space and achieve total liberation. Right? That's the introduction message into this manifesto of theirs. Right? All right. Now let's go to the land question, because I've said that my main interest now is to deal with the land question, because I think that's the most urgent matter. Because I mean, without the land, then our whole struggle then means nothing. It means just nothing without the return of the land. Okay, let's go to it. What of the new state? This is what the PAC manifesto says. I quote: what of the new state? The Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania presents a social contract to be entered into the nation, a contract out of which assessment standards shall be developed and subsequent achievements shall be measured herewith. This is our humble appeal to the nation. Invest into the future with us. All right. 5.1, the land question. In light of years and brutal land disposition, as preserved by the Freedom Charter, the PAC stance aligns with international standards and echoes loud and clear. Africa for Africans, Africans for humanity, and humanity for God. This encapsulates our unwavering commitment to the land restoration, ensuring that it serves the collective well-being of Africans, fostering a spirit of unity and humanity under the divine order. Every nation has geographical boundaries to safeguard its developmental interests, with land serving as a vital natural resource, crucial for protecting national heritage, cultural identity, moral values, traditions, and inherent human practices that significantly influence national development. The denial of African people's right to express their cultural identity and national heritage, moral values, traditions, and other natural human practices due to land disposition is a severe impediment to the national building process. Land ownership is intrinsic to the existence of a nation, and the disposition of a land poses a substantial existential threat to Africans. A Pan-Africanist social contract will formulate a legal framework for the repossession of land to be restored to its rightful owners, the African people. The basic land policy framework shall derive its mandate from the founding Pan-Africanist Manifesto, whose definition of an African is centered on absolute loyalty in allegiance to Africa. Owing to the broad nature of the land question, the PAC land policy shall find expression in various envisaged legislations, to mention but a few. Number 1, nature conservation and environmental care. Number 2, human settlement and spatial planning. Number 3, agriculture, fishery, and maritime economy. Number 4, land redistribution, economic justice, and redress. And number 5, management of land resources and land rehabilitation. Right? Okay. That's what the PAC is saying about the land. And I'm deliberately doing this, guys, because we need to emphasize the agency and the importance of Africans, the natives, black people, uniting across political parties and political lines, uniting for the return of the land. You've heard what the EFF is saying about the land. Now I've just presented to you what the PAC is saying about the land question. So now, as black people, now going to the 29th of May 2024 for the elections, we need to put our race interest before anything else now as black people, for the return of the land. Because the return of the land will mean the restoration of our dignity as African majority, as natives of this land. Because without the land, then we cannot claim to be residents of this country. We cannot claim to be natives without the land. We cannot claim any freedom without the return of the land. That's why it's so important that we need to unite as black people. Unite for the return of the land. Now it's up to you. Now make your mind now. But what I can say as black people, you need to go to the end of May. Please do ensure that you vote for political parties that in their manifesto are advocating for the return of the land. It's our time. It's our hard time. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and I really appreciate it, guys. And please do share this video on your social media platforms that you guys are using. Please do share it and ensure that it reaches the wider audience. Makukhanya. We'll see.